The Baro ng Tagalog or Barong Tagalog has evolved from pre-Hispanic native wear to the Philippines' national wear over the course of more than 4 centuries. Throughout its evolution, various factors have influenced the look and meaning of the Barong Tagalog. We'll take a journey through the history of the Barong Tagalog, along the way seeing glimpses of what they looked like. The 16th century or the pre-Spanish period. The natives of Mai, the Philippines as it was called before the Spaniards renamed the archipelago, in particular the Tagalog people of Luzon, wore baro. The Tagalog males wore a sleeve doublet of rough cotton cloth called kanga. In the 1700s, the Spanish brought in their dressy shirt with standing collar. The Ilustrado wore the baro with a high Elizabethan collar trimmed with lace and adorned with a gem or a big button. It extended just above the knees and was worn with a thin sash high across the waist. The early 19th century, the baro was shortened and the Elizabethan collar was replaced by a short one, sans lace. Modification to the baro quickened in the 19th century as the natives brushed elbows with the Europeans more frequently. And around 1859, the baro acquired the romantic look. It was embroidered all over, whereas embroidery had previously been confined to the chest alone. The ordinary folk, on the other hand, wore their everyday dress as they had done for 100 years. Loose shirts of coarse Kimara cloth, often blue or blue and white striped, and worn over trousers. An added flair was a kerchief, flung over the shoulder and worn as a putong on the head. In 1898, by the time the Filipino nationalists had won their fight for independence, the Baro ng Tagalog or Barong Tagalog, as it was popularly called from then on, with ruffled collar and cuffs and more elaborate designs, reappeared. In the 1920s, a style emerged that was considered the most authentic Barong Tagalog. Made of rengue abaca fiber, it was worn over camisa de chino, a Chinese collarless t-shirt, and sported a design on the half open. With plain collar and pleated backs, it was the vogue till 1930. In 1935, under the tutelage of President Manuel L. Quezon, a variation of the Barong Tagalog, known as the Commonwealth Barong Tagalog, or the Barong Tagalog with the Tidings McDuffie motif, became popular. The Manuel L. Quezon Barong. Commonwealth President Manuel Luis Quezon in his Commonwealth Barong Tagalog. Declaring the barong as the Philippine national dress, he appeared modeling the outfit himself in newspapers. Its embroidery depicted the crossed flags of the Philippines and the United States. The baro gained hope when the man of the masses, President Ramon Magsaysay, chose to wear the Barong Tagalog in all official and personal affairs. He was attributed the signal honor of using the Barong Tagalog during his inauguration, and during his brief term, made it fashionable as business and formal wear. The term of ex-President Diosdado Macapagal saw the return of all-over embroidery on the Barong Tagalog, although it certainly was confined to formal functions. In 1975, President Ferdinand E. Marcos issued a decree proclaiming Barong Tagalog and designated the Barong Tagalog as the national attire. Today, the Filipinos, as well as non-Filipinos, continue to wear the Barong Tagalog with a distinguishing acceptance worldwide.